I'm pointing out the cautionary tale because I want to make sure that you're getting the spider that you chose and not a surprise you're going to get later on. Alright, so let's talk about where can you get jumping spiders. So there are a variety of different places that you can get them from. You really want to be cautious of where you're getting your jumping spiders from. The main reason for this is because there are people that are out there that are selling spiders that are not ethically sourced. And I would say also that there are probabilities of selling pregnant jumping spiders. So you could end up with a spider that has a ton of babies when you don't expect it. So it's really a good idea to make sure that you are checking to see who you're getting them from and asking the right questions when you talk to them, because you really should know who you're getting them from. So honestly, I feel like the best way of getting a jumping spider is getting it from a known breeder. So this is someone that breeds the spiders from and raises the slings, so from when they are babies all the way up until they are at an age where they are able to be sold off and that they're stable, they're good for a suitable age where they're eating well for you, and if they're shipping, that they are going to be able to be handled being shipped. So doing your research on the breeders that you're buying from, they may not have websites, but it's one of those that if you are looking online, you should be able to see reviews. They'll probably be on Facebook, on Instagram. Another good reputable online place to sell them is Morph Mart. So, and Morph Mart is also another one that has a ton of reviews. So do your research, look at the reviews. If you're on Facebook, there are Facebook groups for getting jumping spiders, and on that you can see the different reviews. And with that, people are posting their reviews. There are people that are showing that they have spiders available. So this is a good way to do your research. So you have that. There is Instagram. There are sellers on Instagram. I would just, maybe there's not a good way, I think, of finding reviews on Instagram. So if you find them on there, I would just do some further research on Facebook, on Morph Mart, see if there's anything online that's coming up with them. So that's online. So doing Morph Mart, Facebook groups, Instagram. If they have websites, they should have reviews. Again, I would still check social media stuff just to see if they have reviews. Another good place to get jumping spiders is at a reptile expo. So look up to see if you have any local reptile expos. Nice thing is that with this, you're saving yourself the cost of having to do shipping. So when you have to ship spiders, it can be anywhere around $60 or more to ship jumping spiders. And that's because of the fact that they should be shipping them ethically. So it's going through FedEx, preferably having it as an overnight shipment. That way the spiders are not in transit for that long. They don't have to deal with the elements of being in a truck. So it is more expensive. So if you get it at a reptile expo, you're saving yourself that cost, which is awesome. Usually getting into reptile expos is probably like $10 where shipping is $60. So, and with the reptile expos, if you know about it ahead of time, look ahead, see who is vending there, and you're able to see if there are known breeders there or known vendors. Now, going to Reptile Expo, there are chances that you're going to have vendors that are going to be flipping wild-caught jumping spiders. So, and that is a big, like, what's right, what's wrong, getting wild-caught or captive bred. Honestly, it causes a lot of drama. So I don't know how to honestly say this, because my first jumping spider was wild. It's how I learned to see if I really wanted to take care of jumping spiders. But then after that, I got captive bred. The caution with wild caught is the fact that they could be pregnant. If you're getting the spider where it is relatively large and matured, and if it's female, there's probably a high probability that it's going to be pregnant and you're going to end up with baby spiders. Maybe you're ready to take on that responsibility. That's totally cool. There are some people that do. It's a lot of responsibility. The mom can have up to 5+ clutches. So, and the clutches of baby spiders can be anywhere between 50 to 200 plus babies. So it's a lot to take on. And there are people that don't want to take that on. So do your research before you go to a reptile expo. You want to just make sure that who you're getting it from when you're there is trusted. Another key thing is when you're at the reptile expo, you can kind of see who may not be a breeder, who may possibly just not be spider focused, because there are people that do wholesale spiders. So someone that has tarantulas, jumping spiders, true spiders. So they have an assortment of arachnids. They may have other inverts too. So they wholesale. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wholesaling, because that is, I definitely get that as a business model. But those, I would hope, and I know many that do, and they source from ethical places. So they're making sure who they're getting them from is getting them the right way. They're not selling the gravid or pregnant spiders. So that can be trusted. But if you have a table that possibly has inverts and reptiles and amphibians, like just has an assortment eclectic of a lot of stuff, that's usually a key sign of it being a flipper. It's someone that's catching or getting wild caughts, or maybe they're wholesaling, but they're wholesaling from someone that's just flipping wild caughts. So it's such a touchy subject. Like, it just, be cautious. So, and I don't want to put like any fear mongering out there. It's just do your research, check who is selling the spiders there, check their table, and just kind of know your information before you buy the spider. Another good thing to do to make sure that who you're buying from is legit is asking them the right questions, because they're going to know that if they are taking care of these spiders and if they've been taking care of them for a while, they should know certain key things. So that should be, if they're breeders, who's the mom? Who did this come from? Do you have pictures of them? And that's like a good thing to know too, so you can see lineage wise what is that spider expected to possibly look like, because they will match like close to their mom and some hereditary factors from their dad. If they know what instar they are, so instars are the size that they are, so they should be, I would say, sellable range is about I4 is the smallest. I would say I5 plus. Once you get to like I11, 12, it's starting to be mature. So I say if you go with the younger range, you know that it's not mature. You know that it hasn't been paired up with someone. So that is a safer realm. And asking what it's eating. So are they on, flightless fruit flies, mini mealworms? Are they eating dubia roaches, waxworms? Getting that information. That's good for you to know too, for when you are going home with your spider. You want to make sure that you have the food, or you get the food that they are eating, that they're comfortable with, that they know. Another good one would be is when were they hatched? So knowing the hatch date. And most breeders should have this information. They keep track of who was hatched and when and from what mom. So they should know this. So that is a good information. That helps you with understanding the instar as well, because then you know how many times it's molted and when it was born, essentially. So cautionary tales. So there's another place that you can get jumping spiders, and that's pet stores. There is a very common factor that I keep hearing from on groups and whatnot, on Facebook and whatnot, that usually the pet stores are selling either wild caught or they're wholesaling from someone that's getting wild caughts and they're just flipping them. So I would say pet stores, is a cautionary tale unless you know the pet store and you know who they're sourcing from, or if they have a label on there and it's like a reputable breeder or anything like that. I have seen breeders that do provide babies to pet stores. So I'm not saying they're all bad. It's just, again, it's knowing where they came from. So asking the questions and understanding that. I mean, I have jumping spiders too that are at a local pet shop. It's one of our vendor friends, and he had started the shop, and he has a couple of my babies that he's sold over there. So, like, I'm not saying that's all bad. It's just doing research, because there is a very high probability of them having the wild caughts or having wholesale from someone that's not as ethical, to make sure that they're not selling gravid spiders. And another thing that you can do for getting jumping spiders is, I've had people ask me, can I just grab them from outside? I mean, yes, you can. I would say if they are thriving in your enclosure as a wild caught, they're eating, they're doing fine, they're doing good. If they're not thriving, if they're not eating, then I would release them back outside, because then they're not wanting to be captive. So it's a very touchy subject. I know many people that don't, that don't think wild caught should be pets. My thing is how do we learn about the spiders and all the different species if we don't see them in the wild, we don't study them? There are tons of spiders out there. Like, I get this. I get that this is such a drama-filled question. It's one of those that it's not harming the ecosystem as long as you're making sure that you're taking care of the spider that you have and you're doing it justice. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're taking them and they're dying and they're not thriving, then it's not worth it. So I know I'm going to get comments on that, and I already am aware of it. I get it. I hear it all the time. But this is how I think the exotic pet world has gotten to be. We have plenty of animals out there, fish, birds, like lizards, frogs, tons of creatures that people are keeping as pets. So I know I'm going to get it in the comments. If you want to do it as, getting the wild caught, all I ask is just pay attention to your spider, make sure that's doing well. If it's doing well and it's thriving and eating, you're good. And it's doing fine. I mean, it's getting hand-fed food. It's fine. Like, it's spoiled at this point. So I think you'll be fine with that. So the main reason this topic is being brought up too is that I am just finding, and it's happening a lot, at least that I'm seeing, I have a lot of people come to me saying that they just got a spider and it was from a show, or they got it from a breeder they thought it was a breeder online, and ended up that they had a ton of babies. They weren't expecting the babies, and the thing is, like, you get a spider, you may not be prepared for taking care of all of the babies, so that's a lot to thrust on someone. So it just, I'm putting out the cautionary tale because I want to make sure that you're getting the spider that you chose and not a surprise you're going to get later on. And it's one of those that, like, I would like to put out there to the people that are selling the spiders, and I'm one of them. Like, I have spiders I sell too, is if you're doing wild caughts, like if you're selling known wild caughts, advertise. Like, just don't beat around the bush. Say that they're not captive bred. You can say that they're wild caught. Say you don't know the age. Don't lie. I think that's just one of my biggest pet peeves right now. Because I'm dealing with customers that are stressed and flustered about this, and I feel like it's, unfortunately, if they didn't do their research, it is what it is. I don't want to blame them. I also want to blame the vendor, because they really should be taking care of what they're selling to who and making sure that they have all the information given. It really shouldn't be about the money. It should be about providing someone their pet and making sure that they're good, doing a service to the customer and to the pet, so to the spider. It's not serving anyone right by just flipping the spiders for money. Just make sure you're doing it ethically. Who you're wholesaling from, do research on them too. Look them up. I have done it before where I've looked up wholesalers and I found out who they are, and I would never contact them. So it's just be cautious. And if you get into breeding, that's perfect, because then you know all the information. You have no reason to lie. You have all the information of your babies. So there's many things. I guess in the long run, like, all I'm trying to say is do your research. These are amazing creatures. I highly recommend them as pets. But I don't want a customer to end up being where they get a spider and end up with a ton of babies that they weren't expecting. Because what usually with these, if they're getting them, if they're getting them and they're not local to them, like they're not like a local species, they can't release the babies out into the wild. That completely messes with the ecosystem. So what do they do then with a ton of babies? They end up dying. I've heard people would say freeze the egg sacs. I do breed spiders. I have gotten like mama spiders from other people that have had babies, so I have a few clutches of those. We have a few of our like mamas that we have bred up that have babies. So like I kind of have a mixture. And if I ever do wholesaling, like it's one of those that I know I'm reaching out to any of my breeder friends that I know that they're raising these babies. So I'm doing the research to make sure that the spiders that I'm getting is not going to be a gravid, or even the fact of they're older, like that they're going to like live a long life with the person. So I'm also doing the research to make sure I'm good at what I'm selling. So I'm putting it out there as the fact that like I've done all avenues. Make it easy for your customer, make it a good experience for your customer. You want this to be a good and healthy community. Don't tarnish it. I should probably get off my soapbox, but I'm sorry I really got super preachy about it. But I hope this is great information for everyone. I just really had to get on here and make this video real quick because it's coming up a lot, and I have no problem helping anyone out with this. And I just want to make it for a better experience. So feel free to follow me on all my social media pages. So I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky. I have them all. So if you have questions, message me. Happy to always help out. And if you want to support my page, I do have an Etsy with our different jumping spider enclosure decor and all that. And that is it. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.